Hey, Bulls Nation, what's up? What's going on? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls Postgame. Coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago.
Julie, I love it when you're demanding.
I am Peck, and I am broken.
Hey! After a win. Bulls win! Come on, Joseph! Bulls win! One more, Joseph! Bulls win! Do it for Matt Sanity. Bulls win! Do it for the undefeated Steven. Bulls win! Do it for your lady. Bulls win! Do it for Julia. Bulls win! Do it for my mama. Bulls win! Do it for everybody. Bulls win! Do it for you because you're awesome. Bulls win! And do it for Bitim.
There it is.
Bulls win! Come on!
My guy Big Dave is at Pal BNW Sports. Our wonderful guest, Stephen Gardner. Stay true as that. 3, Joey Spathis on the controls, at Joey Spathis. We are CHGO_Bulls. Our guy, Will the Goat, will join us live from the UC later on in tonight's postgame. Bulls get the win, 132-123 over the Cleveland Cavaliers. Snapping, I saw on the broadcast, they just put up a stat as the game went final. The Cavs are on like a 11-game OT winning streak. The Bulls also snapped a long losing streak against Cleveland that went back to 2022.
7 of them things.
Gentlemen, very important question I have for you.
Oh, I'm scared.
Do you know what's even more competitive than overtime basketball?
Please tell me, Matt Peck.
2 overtimes basketball.
Yay!
There's no one in the world more thrilled right now with tonight's game. All of it. Including the outcome, than Arturas Karnisovas. Just oozing competitiveness everywhere. So much competitiveness. I'm so glad the last 16 seconds of that second overtime took an hour and a half to complete. There it is. Fuck this team.
I like how Jelly.
Fuck this team.
I like how Jelly said, do it for Matt's naked upper lip. Shout out to Shirtless Wonder, who's in here also feeling good all the way from Arizona. He's tuning in to say he's happy, and that was a fun win to enjoy.
Appreciate y'all hanging out. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. We love you, Bulls fans.
Continue, Matt.
I'm in a shitty mood right now. That was dumb. All of that was dumb. It was a display in pointlessness. And all it did was validate the dumb shit that they sat there and told us on deadline day. In the words of Eric from Billy Madison, nice try, asswipe, but you're just delaying the inevitable. But I'm so glad we all had to watch an exciting 2 OT win over our division rival Cavs. Aren't we all having a lovely time? God, I'm so sick of this shit.
He wasn't this angry with a loss yesterday when the Bulls shot a historically bad 6.9% from 3.
Yeah, because you know what that did? It called out the people who run this team because fans feel like this ain't good enough.
Matt, it's going to always call
we beat the Cavs. The Cavs are the 2 seed. We're back, baby.
Who said that? Nobody has said this once.
You act like that's not exactly the inner monologue that certain people who run this team are saying to themselves right now after a win like that.
Listen, their inner monologue is going to be that way regardless, man. We already know they're off the deep end and they're foolish. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about these fans. I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about these people who enjoy watching the Bulls play well. I'm talking about the people who wanted to see Bitim the Dream get out there and do his thing. I'm talking about the people who wanted to see Andre Drummond snatch 25 damn rebounds. That was sexy as hell. The people who want to see Ayo Dosunmu continue his ascension into being one of those players in the NBA that are talked about and is part of a team that can be good in the future. We're talking about Shirtless Wonder, who is joining us all the way from Arizona, tuning in, saying that was fun. Shout out because the Bulls won. I feel good about that. They're just happy that they got a W, Matt. That's all. Everybody's just happy that the Bulls got a win in double OT against a rival that they hadn't beaten in 7 straight games. Everybody's just happy about that kind of victory. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's all, Matt. That's it.
Great.
Can't enjoy it?
Great.
Matt was like the Joker in the clap.
I'm not trying to put on some air. I'm not and I'm not trying to be a party pooper or a wet blanket right now. Honestly, this is how I feel after a game like that at this point in a season like this. That's all.
Understandable. Like you've been consistent in being bad at wins. Like you've been very consistent at this. So I'm not mad at you for being this way. But I'm not mad at Bulls fans for being happy that they saw their team get this victory, bro.
You know what I do have a grievance on?
Oh!
And it's not just me being a salty asshole grievance.
Okay.
And I see people in the comments talking about it too. Somebody, I think, said Billy kind of like backdoor finding their way into a useful team.
He Kramered.
I mean, we sat here last night saying,
Kramered
like,
that, Steven.
what? You shot 2 of 29?
Yeah.
Julian Phillips on your bench? He's shown that he can knock down a 3 confidently this season. No, don't play him. Bitim, bring him up to a big boy contract. He's around.
Yeah.
He can shoot threes. That's what he does.
Yeah.
For what he said. No. Nah.
We don't need that.
Tonight, that is one silver lining I will take away from the giant shit mood that I was in tonight as a Bulls fan is, hey, Billy, we've been talking about how strapped you are with all these injuries. Maybe you should have given Bitim a little earlier than you did tonight. Maybe you shouldn't have given Julian Phillips a DNP last night.
Little bit.
Because those 2 guys were key in a second half run that the Bulls made. Key.
Matt, Julian Phillips and Onuralp. I don't want to destroy your name. Onuralp Bitim hit more threes than the Bulls did yesterday. Those 2 guys, the 2 dudes who got DNPs, coach's decision, hit more 3-pointers today than the entire Bulls team hit yesterday, Steven. Yeah. That is neglect. Yeah. That is foolish. Malpractice. Whatever you want to throw, whatever the adjective and verb you want to put in there, it was all of those things, man. But that is bad. Let's just give it a simple one. That is bad, man. I'm glad he didn't rest on that and just say and be stubborn and just continue to do the same thing. But he went out, he played both of those guys, and both of those guys paid dividends tonight.
Yeah. It's a case of better late than never. Obviously, never late is a billion times better, especially considering, like we talked about, the context of it being a second game, home back-to-back. You have not to disrespect the Pistons, but you have a less competent team that you're going against on the front end of that. That should naturally enable at least more comfortability in allowing those 2 players to play.
Yes, sir.
Give them a little longer of a leash than you would against a team like the Cavaliers on the next night. Be able to save the legs of your veteran/main piece players like DeMar DeRozan, Kobe White, maybe even a little bit of Ayo Dosunmu.
A little bit.
Like, I'm just glad they got the opportunity tonight.
Yes, correct.
And I'm glad they both did what they did with it, which was definitely be positives on the entire course of the game tonight. We saw Bitim was plus 16.
Yes.
Yeah.
Plus 16 in 27 minutes.
That's a team high.
Monster game.
And it was like, you could tell there was competence when he was on the floor.
Yes.
It's like he just helped. It was like a little, like an easing presence.
You know what he could do? Find spots around the perimeter to get himself open as a catch and shoot threat.
And he can execute off of that. Like, it's kind of what you were asking for from them, right?
As opposed to Javon Carter, who tonight was like, hey, why? Even before that stupid, like, I'm going to pass out of this easy layup when no one is within 50 feet of me. Before that, he got a ball swung his direction. No one was within 8 feet of him. Pull up. You're like, okay, Javon, wide open 3. Shoot it, buddy. And he was halfway through his shooting motion and then swung it all the way to the rest, into the corner. I can't remember who was over there, but it was like, dude, Javon, like, what are you doing? I swear to God, Javon has the yips. It's weird.
But also, even on top of that, How about Vooch finding him inside, wide open for a layup?
That was tough.
Yeah.
And he says,
I'm good.
let me kick that out to Kobe for 3.
That's yips. I don't know what's going on with Javon, but he's unplayable.
It was a 6-point swing, by the way. That was a 6-point swing.
I'm pretty sure Julian Phillips knocked down a 3 when he immediately when he came in the corner 3.
When he walked in.
And he didn't even hesitate with it.
You didn't want to play me last night, coach? Now you're going to play me? Okay, cool. Here's a quick 3.
Cash.
Yep.
We are halfway to matching our total from last night and made 3s.
7 points, 5 rebounds. God bless.
I mean, it's. We were talking tonight about how earlier this season, when the Bulls were at their healthiest, Javon Carter was removed from Billy's rotation.
Yeah,
and we all thought that was a little curious. You know, like, wow, it's like, you know, this team that so desperately needs 3-point shooting, and is Javon that unplayable in the eyes of Billy Donovan? And then the Bulls start becoming strapped, and then even more strapped, and bodies dropping left and right. And now Billy is forced again to get to a point where he's got to play Javon for a handful of minutes, as you say, Dave, just to maybe give Kobe a breather, a half a breather.
Man played 85
Kobe White played 50 minutes tonight.
Same thing.
50. William Wallace killed 50 men. Kobe White played 50 minutes. But now you're like back to Javon being, oh, no, this is the guy that Billy Donovan earlier this season deemed to be not worthy of being in his rotation.
Yeah.
Quick, by the way, shout out to our friend Tim Sinclair, Bulls PA announcer, who I just saw hanging out in the chat.
Shout out.
He talked with Onuralp before last night's game to make sure he got the pronunciation right. It's actually Bitim, not Bitim.
Ooh.
And I appreciate you, Tim Sinclair, as always, for that clarification. I am a little bit sad because I was really falling in love with the nickname Bitim the Dream.
That's true. But now I could call him Bitim the Him. Hey, come on, I got a million of these. I got a million of these over here, Steven.
Like,
that's what I do.
I don't know, Justin Fields. Well, maybe Justin Fields for not much longer.
It's going to be
a lot of Bears fans refer to Justin as like he is him, you know?
Yeah, you know, we can change that.
Just quick. Him Fields?
Yeah, we can change that colorway real swiftly. But Tim, the him. But Tim is him. Shout out Sarah, who also is still shocked, who was in here watching the Bulls game, and she's just very confused at the Bulls. She's like Matt. She's just very confused at what the Bulls are doing out here. She's not acting out in the same way our guy Matt Peck will, but she was just a little shocked about what was happening out here. But she has coined the term "bull down" because I've never heard anybody else say that but her. But so shout out to her though. But she's a fan. She's happy the Bulls got a victory, but she was just shocked at how they did it.
We got some people riffing on the possible new nicknames for.
Come on,
Bitim.
Come on. Do better. Bitim the Gym.
Dave Dervis saying Bitim the Sin. Kind of a half rhyme there. Bitim the Gem, says EcoBean.
Fair.
Jason Ashland, Bitim at the Rim. Ooh. If we ever get him actually flushing one down, that would be wonderful. Nugsy Bogues 1 saying we should call him Bitcoin because he's money. Ooh. Well, is Bitcoin back to actually having monetary value again?
Solid.
Is this about to back up?
I like Bitimothy.
Ooh, Connor with the Bitimothy. I do like that. Kind of reminds me of Jimothy.
Hey, he ain't using that. He in music videos.
What's he doing in a Fall Out Boy music video? By the way,
yeah,
he's him.
Alexander Factless in the comments saying Drummond an absolute beast, no one can move him. So other than the coming out party of Onuralp Bitim tonight, I think Drummond like 1B headline of a game like this where we talked about in pregame, you don't have Caruso sat out with the hamstring he aggravated last night. So Billy, especially with the Mobley, Allen, Gigantors everywhere Cavs lineup, went with the Vooch Drummond out of the gate. And as we have seen this season, very sporadically, when Drummond gets either a start or a night where it's like, hey, he might be coming off the bench, but he's getting minutes tonight because they're shorthanded. 36 minutes tonight, 8 of 12 from the field for 17 points. 26 rebounds, 9 of them on the offensive glass.
Wow.
Also had 3 blocks.
Wow.
That dude, I mean.
You just laugh at that. You laugh and you just like, this is crazy.
26 rebounds?
And this is why I say I wanted to play a team like this in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like this is why I say this, because the games will be close and they will be competitive out there in a way that AK actually makes sense when he says the word competitive. So I would love to see this happen in a playoff form. Again, I still think the Bulls losing. Don't get this twisted. But it would just be more fun. You know, I would have more fun if that was a 2 overtime game, playoff game. If instead of just some regular season game where I got watch Matt brain get broken in half because he doesn't want to do 2 overtimes. And Joey too. Joey was losing his mind as well. But the way he played tonight, man, it just lets you know he's comfortable going against these guys who he knows he has a size advantage over. Because you know the saying, you can't teach size. You can't teach it, man. And when you got guys who are tall but ain't got it all, you know what I mean? And I'm talking about Allen, I'm talking about Mobley. They tall, man, but you know, they ain't had their Wheaties, you know, in a while. They ain't hung out with our guy Charlie the Bacon guy. They ain't got nothing on them, you know what I mean? But Drummond, damn sure, done been to Charlie the Bacon guy's spot and they had some bacon jam. You know what I mean? He done got down with that.
2 servings.
Jared Allen,
2 servings. You know what I mean?
Jared Allen played 34 minutes tonight and had 4 rebounds.
That is crazy.
What?
That is crazy. That is wild. Like he and Vooch did a job on them.
Drummond and Vooch, meanwhile, combined for 39 rebounds.
Like a total of 74 rebounds for the Chicago Bulls is insane.
How is that even a real number?
Like that is insane. I went and looked up the most ever, and I think it was 112. I saw 112 rebounds in the game. But
I mean, the Cavs did take 104 shots tonight.
Yeah.
Shot below 44%.
And keep in mind,
that presents a lot of rebounding opportunity.
And shout out to LeVert, who almost had a triple-double off the bench. I think he had 14, 7, and 14 or something like that. Like, he almost got that off the bench. Like, it wasn't like they weren't putting up points. Again, they scored 123 on the Bulls. But it was one and done for a lot of those things down the stretch for them. They weren't getting extra opportunities. And I remember those games that they were beating the Bulls in. They were getting extra opportunities at the rim and getting extra opportunities from Matt Strus. The one that sticks out immediately is the game where Donovan and Garland and Mobley and all those guys were hurt. And you just thought the Bulls, just like against Detroit, should have a easier time against them. And they dominated them, especially on second chance points. And that's how they ended up winning the game, because I believe Strus hit that 3 to really seal that game off of an offensive rebound.
Yeah.
That shit did not go down tonight.
No, I mean, the Bulls had 30, maybe close to 40 second chance points tonight.
Bro, like getting it from him, but also getting it from Bitim, who had, 8 rebounds? 6 rebounds? 6 rebounds for Bitim. Getting it from Julian Phillips, who chipped in with 5 rebounds. Kobe White getting you 8 boards. You know what I mean? DeMar DeRozan getting you 10 boards. Like, chipping in and doing those little things and guys crashing the board, Steven, will get you to these kind of victories against teams that are this kind of good.
Yep. And I think we talked about, I can't remember if we talked about it on the mic, but we definitely talked about it off it. We talked about leadership not always being talking. Sometimes by action, there's a gravity that comes with that.
Yes, sir.
Which, like Matt said, the positivity that comes with starting Andre Drummond, there's a reverb that comes with it. He set a tone with the rebounding on the glass. We talked about the 26. He had 9 offensive rebounds. Cavs had 5. He out-rebounded them on offensive glass alone.
Insane.
Like, there's a tone that's set from that. Everybody else sees this dude going in there. Now we start seeing Julian Phillips come in the game, bringing great energy. He's grabbing multiple offensive rebounds on his own. He's fighting with Andre Drummond. Drummond's letting him know these are mine, but you like to see that. Nobody's conceding to one another. Everybody's going to pursue the ball. And like you also talked about, when you stop possessions the first time, you keep them from getting second chance, and you're playing in transition. The defense is not set. Bulls don't have the best half-court offense, especially without Zach LaVine. All these domino effects are adding up, allowing for them to play in the open court. That's where you're starting to see them get solid looks with the drag screens for Kobe White, drag screens for DeMar DeRozan. Now you're finding Bitim, on the backside when the defense is tagging. Now he's able to play to his strengths, which is off of movement when the defense is tilted a little bit. All of these things play into one another. Andre Drummond's able to run the floor, get solid spacing, move furniture, get an offensive rebound, put it back up. He might miss 2 or 3 times, but he's still getting them back, and he's either getting to the free throw line, he's putting points up. All those things just add up to a good process for the Bulls.
We got to take our first break here. Thanks. But Ruben Calvo in the comments saying, y'all do anything not to mention DeMar DeRozan, man. Don't worry. We have plenty more post game to go. We got a whole show, baby. We got to talk DeMar. He did put up 35 tonight, by the way.
I did just mention his 10 rebounds.
Despite the fact that he was 8 of 26 from the field.
Yeah.
Ooh, and then you see what he did at the free throw line.
The free throw line, no.
Yikes. We obviously also have to talk about Kobe, who had another tough night shooting, but as we've been talking about recently, found other ways to contribute. So we'll talk tomorrow. We'll talk Kobe. We'll talk anything else y'all want to talk about after this first break.
That's right.
Throw us your comments and questions. Throw us a super chat. We'll get to all of those. We'll also hear from Will the Goat later on. And hit that like button, as our friend Jelly in the comments told you to do, because Troll Joey needs them.
Yes.
Big Dave, you want to tell the people about a certain jam of monstrosity?
Oh, Matthew Peck, you get me excited when you let me talk about these things to the people. Because guess what? It's happening, ladies and gentlemen. Monster Jam. Joey, with my explosions. Can I get a horn or something? You got to be ready for this, Joe. You got any other loud sounds you got in there? You got anything else you can throw in there?
Throw a Bulls win in there, too.
Yeah, right. Throw that in there, too. Why not? Toss it all in, Joe. I want all the excitement.
We're still missing like all of our good sounds.
All right, well, give me anything. Give me something that's just loud and exciting right now.
There
that works.
That'll work.
The most, yes, the most unexpected, unscripted, and unforgettable motorsports experience for families and fans in the world today returns to Chicagoland for an adrenaline-charged weekend at the All-State Arena from March 1st through the 3rd. This weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's going down. World's best drivers show off crazy skills and all-out racing in fierce head-to-head battles for the event championship. Give me a horn, Joey.
Okay.
That's not a horn. Engineered to perfection. The 12,000-pound Monster Jam trucks push all limits in freestyle, skills, donuts, and racing competition. The Arena Series West champion will receive a highly coveted automatic bid to the prestigious Monster Jam World Finals to compete for the title of the world champion. Give me a horn, Joe. See world-class athletes in action performing the craziest stunts in motorsports. Experience big-time family fun at Monster Jam. Unexpected, unscripted, unforgettable. This is Monster Jam. Horn, Joey. See it live at the All-State Arena March 1st to the 3rd this weekend. Link for tickets in the description. There's also trivia. Matt, you said 4 last time. Wait, no, you said 2 last time.
I got it right. 12 tons.
You said 6.
6 tons. 12 tons.
But please, give me another number, Matt. 1, 3, or 4?
4.
There's also a 3A.
4.
Okay, 4. All right, here we go. How many truckloads of dirt are needed to set up a track for one Monster Jam event? How many truckloads of dirt?
I don't know how many truckloads, but we should bury AK under all of them.
Damn. Joey?
Can I have one hint? Is it in the tons? Because all of my guesses are tons.
It's in the truckloads, Joe. How many truckloads?
650 truckloads.
Close. 500 truckloads of dirt.
That was my next guess.
Arenas use over 100 truckloads. They're using 500 because there's some Monster Jam. Be there this weekend, March 1st through the 3rd, and have some fun.
Y'all gotta appreciate the fact that these are the most entertaining athletes you will hear on any podcast that you listen to. And nothing compares, nothing. It's just enjoy it. Enjoy it. The goatness that's going on with these athletes between these two dudes right here. It doesn't matter if you listen on audio format, if you're watching the YouTube version, you are entertained. You are not pressing the skip button because you are being entertained.
I mean, they
But
can
it's
if they want
4.5 minute ad
I mean,
Thank you very much.
they can't press
Thank
the
you very
skip button
much,
on live
This is true.
podcasting.
This is true.
Yeah.
If they're
This is true.
listening later, they can skip if they
That's
want.
right.
Sarah did
But-
say she was here for the ad read. Sarah said she was very excited
Plenty of people do,
for the. Well, this is true also,
which is fine.
Yes. Best ad read since last year's Shady Rays. Shout out.
Ooh,
I was in rare form.
A little birdie told me we might have some more Shady Rays action on deck this summer.
I'm just saying, Baby Joey hit me up.
Dave
Joey hit me
Golden
up.
Force in the comments said he
need to
thinks
get
you
new
sound
sounds.
like an old school wrestling announcer hyping up a wrestling show.
Yes. That's exactly what's going on.
Aren't wrestling and Monster Jam basically the same thing?
Kind of, as far as the hype.
Or he sound like Tom Thibodeau would have sounded after 2 overtimes. Screaming ice, low man.
Ours. Play up. Stay up. Stay up.
Somebody get that man a pack of Halls ASAP
Yes.
and some green tea.
Oh, green tea.
Yeah, Matt, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Not today.
No,
not today. Not
I mean,
today.
Not today.
Not after 2
I
overtimes.
think no Y in the comments is right. I need to go to Sunnyside. I mean, you know what else? You know what else helps?
Oh,
Coors Light. Also, one of our wonderful sponsors for tonight's post-game show. Whether it's your team stressing you out, hello.
they won.
I know. It doesn't matter how they stress you out or why they stress you out.
Fair
just
point.
If they stress you out.
Fair point. Fair point.
I'm sure that there were some Bulls fans out there biting their nails and sweating and stressing out because they were clinging to every movement of the ball on
You're
a
right.
2 OT game tonight because they still are excited about a play-in tournament.
You're right, man.
And I am okay with those Bulls fans existing.
Yes.
Because either way, if you were stressed
'Cause I'm
out
one of
and
them.
then are coming down from a 2 OT game kind of night, you could just, take a little chill moment for yourself with a nice crispy Coors Light.
Crispy.
It's always a good option.
Delish. Look how calm and chill he is now. For a
mean-
second. Just for a second.
Just one.
Just one.
I'm fine now. I'm
Yeah.
fine now. I just had to get my bitterness out. I'm fine now. But it's why Coors Light helps you find moments to chill all year long. Because, life is tough sometimes. And Coors Light's here for you to help you chill. When the mountains are blue, also, on the cans and these cool-ass Coors Light cups that they gave us,
Pretty damn cool.
you know that the beer is as cold as the Rockies and ready to drink. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. When it's time to chill, crack a Coors Light, y'all. It's mountain cold refreshment, crisp and refreshing as the Colorado Rockies. The mountains, not the baseball team. I hear they're kind of trash. When it's time to chill, Coors Light is the beer I reach for. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Instacart. That's right, beer delivery with Instacart from your friends at Coors Light. Go to CoorsLight.com/CHGO basketball. That's CHGO, the word basketball. BASKETBALL. Just in case you're watching a basketball podcast and didn't know how to spell it.
Correct.
We're here for you too. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hey, shout out to Mr. Fancy Pants. He had a nickname also. He said OBGYM. Because OB's in the gym.
Okay.
OBGYM.
It's a bit of a stretch.
It's a stretch.
And
But
I'm gonna catch attention.
No, yeah, I'm not going to use it, but I picked up what you were putting down, is what I'm saying, sir. I saw what you did there, and I just wanted to acknowledge what you did there. OBGYM. Wow. He took it there. Shout out to you, sir.
okay, guys. Let's talk about the two players leading the NBA in minutes played this season.
Hit your Instacart, sir.
Where
Get
we
your-
left off. Okay, I guess we can start with DeMar because somebody in the comments said, talk about DeMar. 8 of 26, as I mentioned, 17 of 19 from the free throw line. And again, one of the other reasons I was so cranky tonight, we saw the same script play out again.
that's
And I
true.
know our guy Joey was sick of it too.
That's true.
And I was like, man, give me a Bitim. I'm sorry, I'm still gonna want to say his name is Bitim.
But Tim.
Our friend Tim Sinclair says this, but Tim. I wanted, fine, if we're going to have these dramatic finishes, another clutch game, another hashtag competitive game, show us something different. That's what I'm looking for right now. Also, DeMar got D'd up and ended up taking a difficult, deep two, contested, turnaround fadeaway jumper. How many times have we seen that happen? And I know that there's always the counter side to that argument, Steven, like our buddy Marquet has made it plenty of times, like sometimes that's still your highest percentage shot is DeMar going ISO, getting to his spot or getting to a good spot on the floor and getting off a good look. But this season, it feels like we've seen it happen time and time and time again, and it works less often than it doesn't work. And we saw it not work again tonight at the end of regulation. What did you make about that final possession and the fact that it was a similar script?
Yeah, like I was mentioning to in our just general conversation that was going on, the fact that there was no timeout called after the rebound, the live rebound, I automatically assumed nobody was passing that. It was in DeMar's hands, and if they didn't send a double team, there was no way he was passing that. No double team got sent. He had the isolation look, put up the shot. It's very low shot quality. It's just kind of something that he's conceded on merit just because of his reputation preceding him. And the fact that Kobe White was shooting as bad as DeMar was in regulation. It's just kind of a tough situation, just given all of those different contexts coming into one. I would prefer to start seeing, especially at this point of the season and where the team is, if there's a live or if there's a timeout called for DeMar to be not necessarily a decoy, but to be put in a position to where he can just draw extra attention, allow for somebody else to take one of those shots. Tough situation when it's a live ball, but I definitely hear where people are coming from on the other side of that fence for sure.
Yeah, because they become just one-sided, you know what I mean, and one-dimensional when those last 2-3 minutes hit. Because it's like, okay, I already know what you guys are doing. It's DeMar top of the key. It's DeMar post. It's DeMar baseline. It's DeMar, and him figure it out and go from there.
And if we know that, opponents know that.
Correct the Mundo way to be in the brain, Steven. That's exactly right. Like, that's just what it is. And this is why we're sitting here and they get paid all the money they get paid. We shouldn't be knowing these things more than you. So you should be coming up with some things to figure out where the ball is moving and continuing to move and to have that energy and the touch. And now if DeMar ends up with it, fine. If he ends up with the ball, cool. But it can't just be give him the ball and then just go. Because they're going to be defenders like you just mentioned tonight. He was getting stifled by, you know, especially Mobley. You know, those kind of lanky forwards who can stay with you and block your shot. It's not going to fall for no pump fake because I'm tall. You know what I mean? So you have to come up with something else and have to have more trust in certain players on your team.
Yeah.
Like Kobe, have more trust in even Bitim or whoever is out, Bitim or whoever is out there. You've got to get those guys involved.
Our guy Connor in the comments said, I'm not particularly concerned with who's taking the shot, more so than the quality of the shot. The shot is being taken. Got to get something going to the basket and try to draw a foul or kick it out for an open shot. Steven, that's exactly what you said after we all watched that possession go down. Like if it's DeMar, fine. We've already also addressed it. Like the Bulls beat people have been asking DeMar and Kobe earlier this season after the umpteenth time we saw the same script play out and say to both of them, why the same thing? And DeMar said, hey, if Kobe wants those last shots, and we've also seen Kobe absolutely willingly defer to DeMar. But it's like, okay, even if it's still going to be DeMar ended up taking the shot, do we have to get there the same way?
Right.
The same predictable road.
And that's my exact point. And why I'm saying not necessarily always not being DeMar, but have some variety to your approach to it, to your process in that. Because, again, you just coming down the court running isolation. It's easy for a team to load up and help game plan and anticipate that because they've seen film ad nauseum of it over the course of 3 seasons now. I think something that compromises the Cleveland Cavaliers as much as anything that the Knicks exposed galore in their first-round series last year, and they've continued to have to work through that.
Right.
It's also a strength of the Bulls, small screening for DeMar. That's something that the Cavaliers have to, coverage-wise, figure out in terms of if they're going to get over that hurdle in the playoffs or not. And the Bulls have Ayo Dosunmu sets those small screens. Kobe White sets those small screens. DeMar DeRozan even sets those screens for those two. But Tim can do that as a shooter.
Yes.
That's something that optimizes those pieces. It gives you some movement. It involves an extra defender, so you might not always want to go to it. But when you have enough time on the clock, instead of just dribbling the clock out, you can go to that early, get the defense moving. You might even manipulate a matchup that you desire. And that's going to allow for DeMar to get a shot up against somebody that's not Evan Mobley, that has a 7-something wingspan. What if Bitim came across and set a ghost screen for him, and instead of Evan Mobley, Now that's Max Strus.
Yeah.
Max Strus is not a slouch defender, but he's also not Evan Mobley. What if that happened to be Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland, which is specifically what really hurt the Cavaliers in their first round series? So evolving that process and being a little bit, even the slightest bit more nuanced, not bringing 7 players into action, just one. See what you get.
I heard a jingle, which means we should probably have a chat with our guy Will Go Gottlieb right now. Is that right, Joe?
Go talk it.
That's where he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Joining us on that Go Talk hotline, it's our guy Will Go Gottlieb. Follow him for all of his Bulls reporting and updates. Will_Gottlieb from the UC. Will, what a entertaining, competitive game tonight.
Ow!
2 overtimes worth of competitiveness. The Bulls get the win over the Cavs. We were going to talk about him next, so let's just throw it to you. Kobe White, another rough night shooting. I believe he ended just 5 of 20, 2 of 13 from 3. But we saw him do what he's been doing more of as he's matured with his game this season, contributing on the glass, dishing out a double-digit number of assists tonight, not being afraid to rise and fire on any open look, despite how many he missed. What did you make of another, up and down roller coaster kind of night for Kobe, who's looked a little fatigued coming out of the All-Star break?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. I think it's fatigue. He kind of brushed that off last night after playing 40 minutes against the Pistons in the first night of their back-to-back, and now in a double overtime game playing 40-plus, 48 minutes tonight. So I think the workload is getting to him. 5 of 20 from the field, and I think you guys were just chatting about this as I hopped on here, so I didn't hear the full conversation, but him kind of deferring to DeMar in those last moments, I think stems from the fact that 1, he's a little bit tired, and 2, he's maybe not quite as confident as he was when he was just flame throwing for 2 straight months, because of he knows his legs are a little bit tired. So he's not going to admit any of that. He's not somebody that's going to make excuses, but I think you can just kind of see it playing, watching him play the game. But luckily for the Bulls, they had some other contributors. I thought the main storylines for tonight were the rebounding and just the absolute mashing of the Cavs on the offensive glass, and then DeMar in the clutch and Onuralp Bitim, who we finally got a chance to see in some meaningful minutes. So there were enough other contributors outside of Kobe. Kobe did still have 12 assists. It wasn't like he was uninvolved, but just, that scoring, I think, is, it's catching up with him a little bit.
Will, you mentioned Bitim, who Matt has corrected us and said after speaking with Tim Sinclair, his name is Bitim. So we call him, we'll learn he'll call him Bitim the him, is what I'm calling him over here right now. But after not seeing him play at all yesterday and seeing Julian Phillips get any time yesterday, we saw both of them get in the game today and both contribute to this victory. Obviously, Bitim has been the bigger talk after the victory. What was the talk about him in the locker room or by Billy Donovan or by any of the players about how he played tonight? Because there was a lot of love given to him by the players after that game was over.
Yeah, a ton of love. And everybody had good things to say, from Drummond and DeRozan, who we spoke to. But even after the game, you see guys going up to him and just giving him a hug, dapping him up and saying congrats after, everybody was kind of getting ready to leave the locker room there. I just saw a video posted from Torrey Craig's Instagram of everybody just kind of showering him with ice cold water after in the locker room. So there are some really good vibes, I think, after this win, and just with this team in general. When they're playing well, they get really excited about it. So they're always happy when they have a teammate who really steps up, and they need it right now. I mean, there's no Caruso tonight, no Patrick, no Zach, no Torrey Craig. It's slim out there in this lineup. And so they need guys to step up. And Billy kind of said, the team has played minutes professionally in Turkey before. He's played in some big games. It's not like he's never, experienced NBA basketball or competitive high-level basketball before, even though he has not experienced NBA. So he's been playing well with Windy City, but obviously finally got the chance to be promoted onto a full standard contract. And I don't think Billy necessarily knew he was going to be riding him the way that he did minutes-wise. He ended up playing 26, but just with the way he played, he was plus 14 in a game that they won by like 6 or 7, I think. and he was making his shots. He was defending well. He had a couple of clutch free throws. So I think Billy was just like, this is going well. Let's not ruin a good thing.
I mean, the people in the comments also curious about that, Will. Rob asking, I got to know why Billy finally decided to play Bitim. Like, some of it is out of necessity. You know, they are down all these pieces, and tonight they also are without Caruso, who sat with that hamstring injury from last night's game. And you gotta have to wonder, assuming that Caruso, you know, knock on wood, has a quick turnaround here and is available maybe as soon as Friday's game, will this be the one shining moment glimpse of Bitim and never see him again? The guy who they just promoted and signed to a multi-year deal. And yes, there are some, you know, non-guarantee ways that the Bulls can finagle out of, you know, the rest of his contract, and he might be gone this summer. Who knows? But Bulls fans saw him knock down 2 of 2 3-point attempts tonight. Yeah. Julian Phillips, DNP coach's decision last night, comes in, immediately, confidently knocks down a 3. He was 1 of 2 tonight. When last night the Bulls were historically bad from 3, and those 2 guys come in off the bench and give Billy good minutes and not just do their thing knocking down shots, but they both put work in on the boards, Phillips and Onuralp. So I think a lot of Bulls fans are wondering tonight, hey, Billy, why not sooner with these younger guys? I know you're strapped and you were even more strapped, but if you were strapped before, play these guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, you know, being a player who's going up and down from Windy City, you're not practicing with the team every day. You're playing in a different system with the Windy City Bulls that's not the same as playing alongside DeMar and Kobe and Vuce and Drummond. So it's hard for Billy, I think, to build up trust with these guys when he's not around them on a day-to-day basis. And, you know, I think the other thing is he's trying to play the guys whose like egos he has to manage. You know, they signed Javon Carter this year for $6 million a year so that they could play him heavy minutes, and he has not performed up to that level, but he's still trying to like massage that and get him into the rotation. Billy likes to play 9 guys. Billy's been flexible with playing 2 bigs. I think he's trying to work stuff out, but I feel like I say this every single time we do this kind of conversation. Like, Billy's not trying to go out there and develop young players right now. He's trying to win games. And sometimes those 2 things can overlap. I think we saw that tonight with Julian and Bitim. But, you know, last night it was Dalen. These guys are like young players. They're inconsistent at times. And it's not to like bash any of them or say that they're not ready or that they can't contribute, but there's, you know, relationships and trust that has to be a factor here for Billy to be able to go out and play these guys in meaningful minutes in big games, because all these games are clutch games. I mean, the Bulls are, I posted the numbers at some point. They played over 35 clutch games this year out of 50, and they're trying to win games. So you can't just like go and throw a rookie second round pick out there if you're not comfortable with it. And so I think that's the challenge. Billy's likes to stick to 9-man rotation. I think that's pretty standard across the NBA, not really going to 10 men or more. There's going to be times where these guys get a chance. There's going to be times where they play. Sometimes they don't. But like, I think there's just, you know, it's a balancing act of trying to get everybody minutes while also playing the guys that you trust, while also, you know, prioritizing winning over player development. I think that's why they have the G League program. That's why they brought in Peter Patton, but that's not necessarily going to come to fruition in games on a night-to-night basis when the goal is to make the playoffs.
I got 2 quick ones for you, Will. The first one, they went to the Kobe, Javon, Julian Phillips, DeMar DeRozan, and Andre Drummond lineup to start the second quarter after the 7 turnovers that they had in the first, and that really kind of sparked everything and got them back into the game and ultimately made it a close game up until obviously after 2 overtimes winning it. What was your kind of assessment of what kind of flipped the script for them? Was it defensively? Was it offensively? Like, what was your kind of assessment of what you saw from that?
I think it was 2 things. Well, actually 3. So the recipe for this game for me was like DeMar kind of grifting, getting to the free throw line and making baskets in the mid-range. It was offensive rebounding, and it was picking up full court and just trying to like slow the Caps down and kind of pull them out of their rhythm. So, you know, Javon in particular, I know people are probably going to be dogging him for, you know, passing up on that layup. He had a nice mid-range pull-up before that, and I don't know really what happened to him confidence-wise, but I thought he was playing well defensively. He was picking up full court. He was making life tough on the ball handler, and I thought that really helped spur the Bulls offense in that second quarter. And then the offensive rebounding was just so devastating. I think the stat was 75 rebounds in the game, like for the first time in like 50 years or something like that. 25 offensive rebounds was a season high for the Bulls. The Cavs start two bigs, right? They had given up a season high of only 18 rebounds. So the Bulls absolutely smashed through that and had 25. And that was just super devastating. And I think overwhelming for the Cavs where, now they can't really downsize and put Evan Mobley on DeMar because you've got to box out Vucevic and Drummond down there. So I don't know. I think it was kind of a confluence of things. The turnovers in the first quarter, I think they had 7. They averaged 12. So they were just kind of sloppy to start the game. And then they kind of tightened things up, started getting those offensive rebounds. The Cavs stopped hitting so many threes, and all of a sudden they're back in this game.
Sure. And then my last one for you, looking at like kind of some of the adjustments that the Cavaliers made, they put Evan Mobley on Vooch instead of how they started the game with Evan Mobley on Drummond. And that really kind of made the Bulls kind of guess a little bit on offense early. How did you feel they rebounded from that kind of in the latter end of the second half and really going into overtime when they switched and had Bitim in the lineup more than Drummond towards the end?
Yeah, I think that was kind of what I was talking about, is trying to get Mobley off of DeMar so that they could kind of open up some shot creation that way. And so I think they initially wanted to get the two bigs in there, but then when the Cavs went to a more traditional lineup, Billy was saying that he wanted to go back with Bitim instead of Drummond, and then obviously Vucevic fouled out. They had to go back to Drummond. So I think he was kind of playing the matchup game a little bit, but they were really just trying to free DeMar. And, I think when you watch the offense of the Cavs down the stretch, it was like picking on matchups, right? They were pulling Kobe into these pick and roll actions, try to get him switched onto Donovan, and then it was Vooch. And the Bulls, I thought, were doing a pretty good job of trying to avoid those switches. But on the other end, it just didn't really feel like the Bulls were doing a good enough job at like really pressing on matchups there to try to get some advantage with DeMar having the ball against, a Max Strus or a Donovan or Darius Garland. And I thought that kind of slowed them down a bit. But ultimately, I think they really just kind of want to rely on DeMar being the one that like makes the decisions. And so sometimes he's going to just be more comfortable in those isolation situations. And at times that works, at times it doesn't.
Before we let you go, Will, it's a Bulls W night, so we got to get your vote for Goon of the Night. A lot of candidates.
Ooh, a lot of candidates. I think I got to go Bitim. Just coming in for 28 minutes, playing in the clutch, playing in overtime, playing in double overtime, hitting big shots, and just, I think, earning his coach's trust and his teammates' trust, the way that everybody was talking about him. Just kind of a cool moment in the locker room, just support for this guy who's kind of come up out of nowhere for this team. And even DeMar after the game was saying, like, we really have not practiced with him much. Like, he hasn't been really involved, but you can tell he like is a smart player. He has the IQ. He understands how to play, and he can shoot the cover off the ball. And that's really what they needed tonight. So great night for him. And I think he earned a goon from me.
All right, Will, we will let you go. Bulls fans, read everything he writes. AllCHGO.com is where you can find that. Follow Will for all of his Bulls reporting and updates. Will_Gottlieb.
Wow.
Will get home safe from the Madhouse tonight. Have a wonderful tomorrow, and we will talk to you Friday for Bulls Bucks. 9 p.m. Oh, that's the GOAT. All right, let's take our second break. We will come back. We will do some goonage. We still got super chats to get to, all of that fun stuff and more.
Fun stuff and more.
On the other end. Big Dave, who do we have next?
Oh, hey, Troll Joey.
Oh, you better get ready.
You need some more thumbs?
Yeah, I mean, always.
That's not how Troll Joey.
Never say no to thumbs.
I asked for Troll Joey.
Never say no to thumbs.
Also, Troll Joey, what time is it?
Get time. Who?
Yes. You shouldn't have to worry when you're buying tickets to your next big event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets to all your sports, music, comedy, and theater events nearest you with last-minute deals. All-in prices, views from your seat, and the best price guarantee. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying tickets. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event, and even an hour after it starts. It is not the place. No. It is the place to find last-minute seats. Find exclusive flash deals, sponsored deals on tickets for football, basketball, baseball, hockey, concerts, comedy, theater, and much, much more. And with zone deals, you pick the section, Game Time does the selecting. For an average savings of, drum roll back, 10%. And Game Time Guarantee means you'll always get the best price possible. So take the guesswork out of buying those tickets with Game Time. Download Game Time app, create an account, use the code CHGO, get your wonderful self $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem that code, CHGO. $20 off is what you're going to get. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Because Stan, what time is it?
Game time. Hoop.
Hey!
Told you I got you.
Oh, I wasn't concerned at all.
I'm coaching you.
I knew that. I already knew it was going in, bro. I already knew. I ain't even looked at you. I was over here.
Oh, my goodness. Post-game tonight is brought to you by our friends at Empire Today. What a great precursor to Goonage. With Empire, you get shop at home convenience, the right product for your needs, quick and professional installation, low price guarantee. Empire is the best place to get new flooring. We know this. You know this.
That's it.
So, of course, they have copycats, but Empire can't be beaten on quality, service, or speed. All their competitors can try to do is advertise low-quality products at basement prices, and they're products that Empire simply doesn't even bother to carry because it's just crap flooring that they wouldn't put in their home, so they're not going to tell you to put it in yours.
Bunch of crap.
That's not what Empire does. Their philosophy is simple. They just offer you a select number of quality offerings rather than overwhelming you with the thousands and thousands of flooring options, none of which you'll end up being happy with because none of them are good. Shopping for floors at big box stores can be frustrating. Might talk to somebody who's working in their flooring department today, but they were working in plumbing yesterday or out in the garden in the parking lot the day before that.
Jerks.
Tell me about these flooring. I don't know. My petunias are blooming nicely. Not at Empire, though, because Empire only does flooring. As Dave would say, floors.
No matter what.
They also service their own warranties. If an issue does happen to arise, just call Empire. They will send their team out to fix the issue. No tracking down third-party manufacturers. Schedule a free at-home estimate today. All listeners to CHGO Bulls can receive a $350 discount when they use promo code CHGO. Restrictions apply. See EmpireToday.com/CHGO for details. 588-2300. Joe!
Empire.
Boom.
Today.
Today.
Hit me with it, Joey.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man now. I'm the man. Woo!
Brought to you by Empire Today. Because all they do is floors no matter what. They're going to save your money. You're going to always get it up. And every time they step up in your house, they're going to lay them floors go down. And they'll stay there.
Sure hope so. I don't want to see their floors on their ceiling.
No, you don't.
Except maybe MJ.
Yeah, well, yes.
He did say that the ceiling is the roof.
Yeah, this is true. If MJ wants it on the ceiling, you're going to. It's a billionaire. You do what he asks.
It's true.
But yes, brought to you by Empire Today. It is Goon of the Night. Always happy to give this out because it means the Bulls got a victory. So we'll start with the person who's happiest that the Bulls got a victory, my man Matt Pat. Sir, who is your Goon of the Night? Take your time. Breathe in, breathe out.
I gotta give it to Bitim. I'm not gonna overthink it. It was nice to see him out there. It's one of the things that Bulls fans have been looking forward to in recent weeks, when things have seemed either homeostasis or bleak.
You heard what he said.
So it was nice. It was nice to see him get out there, knock down a three, grab some boards. He also, he was diving on the floor for loose balls.
Bro, that one play.
That one outlet pass he had that triggered a fast break, the Bulls didn't end up converting it, but that's goon shit.
That is.
And that's someone who was out there tonight trying to prove that he belongs on an NBA squad. And not only that, but he belongs in an NBA rotation, whether it be the Bulls or elsewhere. That's the kind of effort. And honestly, and somewhat sadly, that's kind of the effort that Bulls fans, I think, have been missing from seeing large stretches from the main guys on the team this season. So I will always give love for that, even if I think tonight's win is dumb.
And everyone after. Troll Joey. Troll Joey, who would be your goon of the night?
Can I just give it as normal, Joey?
You want normal Joey to do this?
All
right, fine. No. It's more
Well, hold on. I was a question. Do we have
Give
to
me
give
normal Joey.
Do we have
who
to
is
give
goon of the
separate
night?
picks, or we just one pick for the both of us?
Normal Joey, who is goon of the night?
It's tough tonight. A lot of good choices. Feels a little bit ridiculous not just outright giving it to Andre Drummond on a night where he had 26 rebounds.
Nasty.
26 is
Disgusting.
an insane number
Yeah.
of rebounds.
It is.
So I am going to give mine to Drummond, but I
Nice.
do also want to give a goon shout out to two people. One is to DeMar DeRozan for I was writing up the description for the show as it looked like they were going to lose in regulation. He was at 19 points. He finished with 35. 16 in the 2 overtime periods. Very impressive. Didn't hit the last shot, but hit the 3 free throws, kind of carried the Bulls down the stretch. And, my other goon shout out will also go to Steven. Just always bringing the vibes here, picking us up. Have a lot of fun with Steven here. It was fun time tonight, and love his presence on the show.
Yes.
So Drummond is my official pick, but with love to DeMar and Steven as well.
Shout out.
Breach.
Well, Steven, sir, you. Who would be your goon of the night?
Man, it's hard to not at least give an honorable mention to Bitim being him tonight. It's Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond. That the rebounding presence, he is the NBA's premier furniture mover.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who the matchup is, somebody's getting that furniture moved.
He throws
And
bodies around.
It's such a sight to see.
Yeah.
Especially in contrast to what we're used to seeing, which is a lot of not boxing out going on. People just jumping, or by happenstance, the ball bouncing in somebody's lap. Like,
Right.
get this, now I'll get it to you, and we can go the other way. So
Yeah.
it's fun to just see throwback players like that in the league now. They need more of it for sure.
You do not see players like old Zebo stuff, that kind of. Yeah, I mean Drummond is sort of like a rare dying breed of NBA mold. And Dave, you and I talk sometimes. You'll joke about it, calling it like Jekyll and Hyde. We joke about it being the Andre Drummond experience,
60-40.
because he's going to do something wildly, unbelievably cool, and
It's never
looks
50-50.
impossible, but he makes it happen
60-40.
in a good way. And then he'll do something that is equally wildly cool and impossible, but in a bad way, as far as the impact it has on the team and the momentum of the game. But tonight, it was like, it was 90-10. It was not a 50-50 Andre Drummond experience. It was like, I didn't see him doing Shaqtin' Fool shit tonight.
At all.
He was just
At all.
crushing boards and crushing Cavs bodies. Like,
And also shouting out, like yelling to the fans as well,
Yeah.
getting them hyped up.
Yeah.
Being that player that do that, that's Goondom.
That tone being said, you can't, it's just so invaluable.
yeah, Colin in the comments saying that putback dunk alone should get Drum Goon. That was a
Disgusting.
To be of that girth
Yeah.
and still have the athleticism to jump and have a second jump, elevate above the basket and finish with a little bit of finesse, it's wildly impressive. I did have another goon of the night,
Please
though,
tell it.
and it was not because of the shout out I just got from Joey. It was coming either way. And it's the fact that you have to understand the adaptability to quickly put forth a production behind the scenes with a game that's quickly adapting. That game was played within like a 5-point window, 7-point window.
Yep.
The storyline's turning. Might be DeMar 1 minute. Now Bitim hits a 3. Now you got to include him.
Right.
Oh, now Kobe White just had a crazy move. It's making all the highlights. It's on Bleacher Report, whatever. You got to include that somehow. Job's not easy. So, and then double overtime on top of that. That's double overtime.
Double work.
So shout out to Joey and shout out to Troll Joey too. We appreciate it.
Dude.
Appreciate you.
Joey and Troll Joey, it's just, like an octopus with 8 limbs just doing a million things all at once.
He don't
and
stop.
Those nights where the game is close and the headline of what happens in that game changes 8 times in the span of 30 seconds. Like, it's
There
crazy.
was the one game against the Hawks last year where there was like 8 different game winners. Do you guys remember that game?
Yeah.
I think I changed it.
You'll have to be more specific. Every game the Bulls play against the
I
Hawks
changed
is
the
that good.
headline 20 times. There was literally 5 different game winners in that game. It was the
No,
craziest
you're
thing
right.
ever.
You're right. And it ended on a really bad note.
Yeah.
But, well, Goon of the night.
There can be only one.
No, that was wrong. See, I just listen. I just Googled drum roll sound effects. I obviously couldn't play them out loud because we're on the show, so I'm just going off of what they say. This one's called drum roll, please. I've got a feeling it's also not right.
It probably said.
Oh, it's right.
There you go.
I'll take it.
I've had better. Also, I've heard worse.
Oh, man. Well, good of the night. Honestly, before this game, it was going to go to Steven.
Yeah.
But after what we witnessed, I have to give it to Bitim.
Woo!
It's going of the night for Bitim. He is him. And let me read you something, too, also. Because this is what Casey Johnson said after the game when he was interviewing Bitim. Bitim said, I was dreaming of this moment for a long time. He also said he idolized DeMar DeRozan growing up. And when DeRozan hugged him in the second OT to tell him how well he played, it meant the world to him.
Wow.
So your idol, who you will like pattern your stuff after, who you grew up idolizing, is telling you you belong. Dude, that makes you feel like you are 80 feet tall kind of situation. Mm-hmm. And he played so well. That dive on the floor is what got it for me.
Yeah.
That dive on the floor when he threw that pass, which should have turned into a layup, but it didn't.
Yeah.
But that play right there is what did it for me right there. And I think that's what kept him in the game. It was, of course, it was the shooting, but Billy Donovan saw how hard he was playing on both ends of the floor. And so he allowed him to be in the game. And I hope it continues going forward. He's earned it.
Yeah.
He's earned something, man. And he's earned this right here. Goon of the night.
That's cool.
But Tim is him.
Woo.
This is for you, my friend. Enjoy.
That's got to be another first time winner.
And I want to
add it to the list.
Yes, and I want to shout out Sports Chicago Style, who calls him the Turkish plunger, which I think is amazing. That is an amazing name.
Turkish plunger.
Yes, I like it. I dig it.
Splashing threes and slamming it home.
Yep. I just like the term, the Turkish plunger. I just like the way
I like how Sports Chicago Style also told on himself and said, nah, it's too pornish.
I like it. It's all right. I dig it. The Turkish plunger. I dig it, man.
Might be a little too pornish.
That's a plunger porn. What kind of porn are y'all? It's a plunger.
Not the porn.
Got to get that plunger porn. What are y'all doing? Come on.
Oh, come on.
Okay. That was maybe the weirdest sentence that's been said on this show. And
Turkish plunger?
No, plunger porn.
Plunger.
Got to get the plunger porn. And we've gone down a lot of weird rabbit holes, but we got to cut this one off right here. Plunger porn.
I just said Turkish plunger.
You don't want to explore that tangent, Joe?
Turkish plunger. I like it. I like that, man. I hope he catches on, to be honest with you.
I feel like we should put a pin in that and maybe keep spitballing.
Keep moving, man.
Before settling on that one.
But this is his.
Congrats to Onuralp. Well earned. Hearing him say that kind of stuff about what it means.
Yeah.
Can wash away even several layers of my cynical Bulls fan Bilish heart.
And wait till I send him the video of what they did to him in the locker room.
Oh yeah. Goat told us about it.
Yeah.
They got doused.
Oh, there's video, man.
Okay.
You'll love the video.
I mean, most every video of a player getting thrown water on by his teammates is
but it's your team. It's different. It's different for you when it's your team and it's a guy that you've been wanting to see play who's playing well.
I don't feel like my fucking team right now.
Yeah, it's Cleveland Terry doing it though.
We got to give one more quick shout out to our friends at Ray Chevy. Then we will get to all of your super chats from tonight, which we appreciate each and every one of them. And then we'll get out of here. Ray Chevrolet, are you in the market for a new vehicle? Because Ray Chevy is sharing their best offers all month long with their auto show sales event. Make sure you make your way to Ray Chevrolet on Route 12 in Fox Lake to join in on the savings. As one of the top-selling Chevy dealers in the Midwest, you'll always be able to shop one of Chicagoland's largest Chevy inventories. Plus, you can find the perfect tailgating vehicle at Ray Chevy because they're offering 0% financing for 72 months on new Silverados with over 100 Silverados available. Also, on top of that, they're pricing over 125 vehicles under $20,000, Dave.
Shut your face.
Under $20,000. Seriously, guys, can pricing get any more affordable?
No.
Can the Bulls be any more competitive?
No.
I know everyone loves the word free. On top of all those amazing offers, Ray's going to give you a free oil change if you visit Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake. All you need to do is just mention CHGO when you schedule that oil change. Start off the new year right and schedule it by February 29th. Leap date, that's tomorrow. You can still schedule a free oil change if you do it right now tonight before you go to bed, or schedule it tomorrow. Visit Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake or raychevrolet.com. They've been serving the community since 1963. Find new roads.
Guys, it's almost midnight. But guess what? You still got time to save yourself 30% on what's going on in our CHGO locker.
Ayo.
Save yourself 30%. You got till midnight to do it. The sale ends at midnight. That means you still got time to save you some money. There is never a bad time to save yourself some money. Get you that cool Kobe White. Joey, show him the Kobe White. If you get you that cool Kobe White shirt, you can get it as a shirt.
That cool
you can get it
Sub-Zero.
as a hoodie. Say it again, Joe.
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero. You can get it either way you want it. That's the way you need it. Look at it right there in your face. Looking sexy and wonderful. I got the
fire.
shirt and I got the hoodie.
That's fire.
Hell yeah.
Pretty dang nice, right?
My shirt arrived today.
Nice.
So stoked.
Oh,
So
it's gonna be on that perfectly chiseled body very soon, ladies and gents.
Who are you talking to?
Perfectly chiseled. Look at that man. He's gonna be ready to go. But yes, get you your gear. Get your gear tonight before midnight. Save yourself 30% off of all the wonderful things that are in the CHGO locker. And while you're there, might as well become a diehard. Save money, 20% off our events that we're going to. You'll be in the diehard discourse lounge, having a great time talking to all these wonderful people while the Bears people are in Indianapolis. They got some Discord stuff going on. That's just for you and me. Only the cool people gonna know about it. You got some special merch that is strictly for people who are diehards. All I'm saying is becoming a diehard means you're really, truly in it. That's all I'm trying to tell you right now.
It's true.
But save yourself some money and become a diehard. It's an awesome thing to do. Shout out French Bulls TV. Just got him a shirt as well.
And
So
not
now
only
he's
that, I was going to give French Bulls TV a shout out to our boy Clem, because he said earlier tonight in the comments, I have an announcement to celebrate this win. More importantly, CHGO's upcoming second birthday. I signed out to be a diehard. Let's go. Latest introduction to the cool people party. That is
to the party, pal.
CHGO diehards. Which, by the way, shout out to everybody who signed up in February. We just had our second straight month with over 100 new diehard signups.
Yes.
Shout out to all of you guys who signed up to be a diehard this month. Some who signed up earlier this week that we hadn't given a shout out to yet. We can do that now. Don, Timmy, Holden, Michael, Ryan, Mike, Ian, Scott, Darius, Gary, Phil, Zach, Robert, Kyle, Aaron, David, John, Derek, Mike, Thomas, Tom, and Neil. Welcome to the Cool People Club.
Shout out to you.
And Clem. Love you, Clem.
Tell ya.
Wow.
Way to be here.
This is fun. Shall we super chat? Let's do it, Joe.
All right, we got some quick super chats to hit. Here we go. 7 of them. SJG922 Bitim legacy game. LFG needed that after yesterday's game. Want to give props to Io. Played great D on Donovan Mitchell all game long.
Good point.
Donovan Mitchell was a ghost tonight.
And
Hit
his
a couple
2
of tough
threes.
That was it.
Helped start the run in the
Also-
fourth. Great bounce back game.
Shout out somebody I wanted to speak on. Io, talk about the defense on Don. Don had single-digit number of points in both halves.
Yeah.
In addition to that, 7 of his last 8 games, he's knocked down multiple threes. 10 of the last 12, he's knocked down multiple threes. So you talk about Io playing the way the team needs him to.
Yeah.
He's doing that and then some on both ends of the floor. He's not giving one and taking from the other.
Right.
They're both rising.
Well, and Mitchell had a really tough, just one-on-one step back 3 early in the second half after a really quiet first half. And I think, David, it was you who said, oh, man, Mitchell barely did anything in that first half. And let's all prepare ourselves to watch the Donovan Mitchell show in the second half. And that never came.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Shout out Io.
Another one, Jelly, who says, tonight, they say in Chicago, if you stop and calmly listen, you can hear Vooch angrily whipping a towel over a chair.
Yo, Vooch beat the crap out of that folded chair, man.
I feel like there was some pre-existing anger towards that bench chair. Because, man, he gave that thing. Woo,
Yeah, let's see if we ask Will to get an interview with that chair.
2 thunderous towel whips.
Yes, it was.
We got Vooch and chairs. We got Giannis and ladders.
Yeah, man.
What else we got? What's next?
Debo, the Black Panther.
Debo, what's
Let's
up,
go
buddy?
ahead and politely hand that goon of the night to that dude, Andre Drummond. Not
hey,
tonight.
It's hard when you
was
put
he
up
runner
them
up?
kind of rebounds. Oh, absolutely, without a doubt, man.
Yeah.
That many rebounds? Are you kidding me? We were laughing. Steve, I was laughing because I was like, dude, he almost had a double in just offensive rebounds. That's crazy. That's crazy, dog. Like, it's still ridiculous.
That's wild.
It's ridiculous, man.
Paul says, what's your competitive rating out of 10? I think it was
Negative 10.
132 tonight. And
Just kidding. 20.
Danny Uton says, Mr. Drummond moves to the beat of just one drum.
Hey.
But sometimes too, because Jekyll and Hyde.
It's true.
But not lately.
Yeah, always double up for him. Always. No matter what, it's double.
And Los Sombrados, losing to the Pistons but beating the Cavs on a back-to-back. Only the Bulls.
You told no lies.
We got
Only
Facts.
the freaking
sing the
Bulls.
song.
Facts.
Only the Bulls.
Come on, Joe.
I don't know it.
You just doing it.
I only know that part.
Do you know who
Only
can set
the
the court
one
on
Chicago
fire, though, Joe?
Bulls.
Okay. Well,
Do you know who keeps us burning with desire?
The Bulls.
Only the one and only.
And Mr. Triz just
Triz.
finished the game a little late. What a great way to finish my 40th birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
Happy
Mr. Triz.
birthday.
More life. More
Also,
life.
happy birthday to Alex Caruso as well.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Bulls win.
Bulls win.
Happy birthday. Oh, we said that. Bulls win. Let's go. Batim.
yes, but Tim,
That's it. That's it.
let's go OB.
Look
Shout
at
out
that.
Mr. Triz.
Shout out
40th birthday, man.
That's a
And
big
spending
one.
it with us.
The big 4-0.
Awesome, bro. Thanks for hanging out,
Bulls
man.
got you a nice dramatic 2-0 dub for you.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. But Tim,
Sir,
Stepping
is there
out.
a better gift to ask for?
stepping out.
Again, thank you to our guy Steven for hanging out with us tonight. It's always a
Hey.
pleasure when you come through.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Follow Steven on Twitter if you aren't already for all of his great thoughts on NBA basketball, WNBA basketball.
That's right.
He's one of our co-hosts of CHGO Sky. Also
Hoopers
contributes
hoop, y'all.
PHNX
Hoopers
Suns. Stay true as .3 is the handle where you can find his great stuff. And Big Dave, of course, is about BWL Sports. Our pound producer, Joey Spathis, at Joey Spathis. I'm Bulls_Peck. Our guy, Will to Go, Will_Gottlieb. Read his stuff, allchgo.com. We're CHGO_Bulls. We thank you for joining us tonight. We are back tomorrow with a 6:30 pod, live, YouTube. We will see you there. And then we got Bulls-Bucks late night action on Friday. So the week rolls on.
Oh,
As
and the week
does
rolls on.
the absolutely frothing at the mouth competitiveness. See, Rebby.
Just do.
I was dancing.
He was
to
dancing.
the song that you were singing.
All right, shout out to you.
I thought that was
Yeah,
a dance of
peace.
Joey getting ready to get out of the chair because he
Yeah,
wasn't
I was confused.
Yeah.
I was very confused. But he hit it.
well, hit that like on your way out. We'll talk to you tomorrow. See Rebby. Good.
Peace. Love y'all.
Patted my ass.